Diddy is facing 6 new lawsuits, and some of them are alleging sexual assault, including against a minor. All right, so one is from a John Doe who says he was 16 when he alleges that Diddy sexually assaulted him at one of his white parties in 1998. He said he met him at the party and Diddy took an interest in him. They walked to a more private area near the portable restrooms that were brought in for the party. He told him that he was a big fan. And then things took an unexpected turn. According to John Doe, he alleges that Diddy told him he needed to drop his pants. And then he asked him to repeat himself, and Diddy made himself clear, instructed him to drop his pants and expose his penis so that Diddy could inspect it, saying it was a rite of passage and the route to becoming a star, and also as a way to prove himself. And he said he did end up out of fear and anxiety and the power dynamic, dropping his pants and exposing it. And
so Johnny Doe just talking about this now?
Yeah, this is a new allegation from 1998. And he did say that Diddy moved his hands in a fashion to manipulate his genitals. And he was only 16 at the time.
Right. Okay, Johnny Doe.
These are allegations.
These allegations are getting more and more.
You know, there's 120 right now that we know of that are being represented by the attorney Tony Busby. So
that's like more than any serial killer that we ever known.
Were filed on Monday, but it also does span for decades from multiple locations. And Diddy's attorneys did respond with a statement to Hip Hop DX, the press conference, and 1-800 number that preceded today's barrage of filings were clear attempts to garner publicity. Mr. Combs and his legal team have full confidence in the facts, their legal defenses, and the integrity of the judicial process in court. The truth will prevail that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted anyone, adult or minor, man or woman. All right, so of course he's denying these claims. There's another woman who was a college freshman who says that Diddy raped her under threat of violence, forced her to take off her clothes, all while she was begging him to stop. And she says that alleges that she and her friend were locked in a room with Diddy and he gave them drinks and told them to do cocaine that he had prepared for use on a coffee table. She didn't want to do it and he got more aggressive to the point where he began touching them without consent, according to these allegations. Now, one thing, Bow Wow, people are not happy about some things that he said during his podcast, well, Roxy's podcast, More to the Story. He appeared on that and he basically talked about how things aren't the same now that Diddy's not out with his parties. Here's what he said.
He's like the gatekeeper to the game, to the point to where what weekend just passed. Like BET Award weekend, it didn't, like the past two, they just didn't feel right. Because there was no motion, there was no parties. There was nowhere to go. Like,
let's be very specific between parties and freak-offs.
No, the industry, like the parties that we attend.
All right, and Roxy said she's never been to a freak-off. She's been to parties, but that's a whole different thing. All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar, but you need to know about them anyway. Kamala Harris has unveiled her plan for Black men. Election Day is coming up November 4th. Remember that. It's way up.